Success! There's a sign here, so I know I'm going in the right way. The tree in the middle of the road. And it's beautiful out here. It's like 85 degrees out. It's sunny. Look at this. The lush rolling hills of Iowa. America's breadbasket. All right. It's just down this road. I cannot wait to see this. It's been years. Let's go. Oh my gosh. I'm pretty sure the last time I was here was in 2012. In fact, I'm going to check in on my Foursquare account right now and see what it says. Make the little tiki guy 3 times right. Check in. See if it works. Gotta think. Boom. Welcome back. September 2012. There it is. It's been 8 years. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Are you guys ready for this? I am so excited right now because I haven't seen this since 2012, and this was a childhood memory of mine. My family used to do local trips when I lived in Atlantic, Iowa. My parents used to do local trips to towns around the area, doing weird, quirky roadside attraction stops, visiting parks, taking us to just all kinds of weird things, antique shops, things that are unique to the area. And that's really what inspired me to kind of become what I am today, doing this channel. I love roadside attractions. I love taking road trips and visiting different towns, visiting different regions, and really experiencing the cultures and the things that make those locations unique. That's something that really sprouted out of this. The tree in the middle of the road. I haven't been here since 2012, and that's kind of an entire story in itself. But this is so awesome. This is a childhood memory of mine. I loved coming out to the tree in the middle of the road. My dad would get Dairy Queen ice cream or Hardee's ice cream. If you guys have heard of Hardee's, or Carl's Jr. is what most people know it as out west. But Hardee's here in the Midwest, we would get ice cream there and then drive around, and we would come here to the tree in the middle of the road and just take in the sights because it's so beautiful out here. You're in the middle of farmland country. It's just rural America. It's beautiful out. You can hear the birds chirping. It's a little bit breezy, but I brought my dead cat today, so I remembered to bring that. Look how big this tree trunk is. It is massive. In fact, you would not want to run into this. Look at this thing. It's just huge. And you can see people have been writing on it, painting on it, carving their names, whether they're carving it or using markers. I don't think I can even remember where I put mine. Actually, back in 2012 when I was here, I did carve my name in the bark of the tree, but I don't see it and I cannot remember exactly where it was. I want to say it was somewhere down in here, but I think it's been long painted over since 2012. So this is a cottonwood tree, and I'm a little hazy on the story behind this. Some of the information I could find online, I don't know how true or accurate it really is, but on the Iowa webpage for this, they say that there was a land surveyor back in the 1850s who was surveying the county lines, and he was using the branch from a cottonwood tree as a walking stick, and he just so happened to stick that branch into the ground right here, and it sprouted into this massive cottonwood tree. Now, why did they just take the roads, build the roads right around the tree? I have no idea why, but it's truly a unique location and has brought me a lot of joy throughout my life. And if you guys ever want to see it, it's right off Interstate 80 here in this beautiful rural landscape here in southwest Iowa. And I highly recommend just taking a slight little detour and checking it out. Maybe make your mark on the tree as well. Carve your name, pen your name in on it just to show everyone that you've been here. I love places like this, and this is a truly unique place in my life. You can see that 3 of the 4 roads are gravel. This one, however, I do not recommend traveling on. It is a level B road, basically a maintenance road, which is dirt for the most part. If it rains or has rained recently, this will be a muddy mess and easy to get stuck on. Luckily, the signs off the interstate will take you a little longer route through farmland USA out there and will point you into this direction, and that's the route I took, even though I remember this one being a lot quicker back in the day. So back in 2012, I worked for the Iowa Department of Transportation, the Iowa DOT, and I did traffic studies for about 7 months during the spring and summer seasons. Well, that year in 2012, the Iowa DOT was studying traffic in southwest Iowa, so I was responsible for laying out those black rubber hoses that you see on the road sometimes and run over with your car. What they do is they're air pressurized, and they count how many cars, how many tires, how many axles roll over them, so that they have an idea of what the traffic count is over a 24-hour or a 48-hour period. These hoses are attached to a computer system, or like a box. It's a computerized device that we would chain to road signs, to trees, to telephone poles, something so somebody wouldn't run off with the data. Well, that summer, I got to study these roads right here. So I actually drove out here with the Iowa DOT van and laid out the hoses on every single one of these. The level B road, which I remember using that caution minimum, that yellow diamond sign right there. That's what I used to chain the box to. And then I did every single one of these roads over here too. And I remember when I came back to pick them up after 24 hours, it was late in the afternoon and a severe thunderstorm was rolling in. So I was panicking a bit. I was out here trying to pick this one up by the level B road as quickly as I could so I can get all the data, get in the van, and get the heck out of here. But it's just amazing. I grew up coming out here with my family to this tree. Oh, somebody's coming, there's a tractor coming. And then I actually worked on this road in 2012, so it's really cool to see this. This guy's probably thinking, what is this guy doing out here with the camera? But it's really special to me to be back here and actually see this. I had an opportunity to do it and I took it. So it's cool. The tree in the middle of the road. And that is Iowa right there. You never know. There's tractors around every corner here in the Hawkeye State. If you're wondering what intersection it's on the intersection of Akron Road and 710th Street. All right, I went ahead and signed my name. My marker kind of was drying up on me, so I just put my first name on there. Looks pretty good. I'm on the west side of the tree, facing that level B road. Holy cow, I actually found my initials from 2012 right here. You can see it says E-A-R. That's my initials, my full name. So Erik Allen Rowley. The A is a little hard to make out, but you can see the R really well right there. E-A-R, ear. Yes, my initials spell ear. That is so awesome. I had to use a box cutter because that's all I had at the time when I was laying out the traffic hoses. We had box cutters with the DOT to cut the hoses the proper lengths. And that's what I used here to carve my initials, E-A-R, at the base of the tree. And now my latest mark is right here, Erik 2020. Man, it's awesome. I will say though, I don't mind if people are using a marker to initial their names in the tree, but I am not a huge fan of the bigger spray paint, some of the bigger paint images along the base of the tree, around the trunk. It's kind of distracting. I wish they would keep it a little more natural looking, so I would advise people not to do that. I would try to keep it as natural as we can. I'm totally cool with people carving their names in it, you know, doing something like this with a marker, but spray painting the entire side of the tree, I mean, I guess it is what it is, but I'd like to try to keep the natural beauty of this cottonwood tree, especially if it's been here since 1850. That's like a 170-year-old tree we're looking at right now. All right, well, so long, tree in the middle of the road. Hopefully I'm back sooner than 8 years, because 2012, man, that doesn't seem that long ago to me, but time flies. But anyway, stay strong. Hopefully you're watching traffic, and I'll see you soon. A lot of memories. Well, this has been a fantastic road trip, starting in Kearney, Nebraska, heading east on Interstate 80. Right now I'm still in southwest Iowa, heading east towards Des Moines, and then I'll be doing a night drive across the state of Illinois on Interstate 88 back to the Schaumburg area in Chicagoland. So long, tree. It's been fun. That farmer over there is thinking, like, what the heck is this guy doing? I used to live down here, so I've got roots. I've got roots in this area. We go way back. Hey look, it's a bunch of baby pheasants. Watch out, guys. Coming through. There goes a male pheasant. Hey buddy. There he goes. A lot of pheasants out here. Okay, I was just leaving the tree in the middle of the road. I drove about half a mile down this stretch of gravel road, and I found another, what looks to be an abandoned or an old cemetery out here in the country. Look at this. I'm in the middle of nowhere, southwest Iowa, and there's some like concrete steps here too, so it looks like this used to be maybe an old country church. Okay, I had to stop and check this out. I have to investigate this because I never even knew this existed, and it's so beautiful out. Wow, it's like an old abandoned cemetery. Maybe it's haunted, we'll find out. Look at this. This totally had to have been a church at some point, right? Wow. This is crazy. Is there anybody out here? This is so wild. This had to have been an old country church back in the day, and we would be walking into it, but instead it is no longer here. Wow. I don't see any signs marking what cemetery this is. Boy, nothing creepier than walking around an old cemetery in the middle of nowhere, rural farmland. It is a beautiful day, and the countryside is gorgeous. Let's investigate a little further. Benjamin F. died in 1909. Yeah, this is definitely an old cemetery. Now, 1938. Forrester. Wow, look at this grave. Can't even see a date or a name on it. might be able to make something out if you can clean the moss off. 1915. Elizabeth. This broke off or wore away. But Elizabeth, 1915, well, born 1876 maybe, died 1915. So it's definitely an old pioneer farmer's cemetery. Died in 1901. Wow, well, somebody still takes care of it. I mean, it's mowed. So somebody is mowing this, and they have gardens set up around some of the graves. But I have no idea what the name of this cemetery was. There's no names, just the tombstones on this beautiful countryside. 1893. This is incredible. Very incredible. I think that might be the most recent grave I've seen so far. Died in 1959. Look at this. Died in 1882. Wow. Even have that. The handshake. I've seen that in old tombstones. I don't know if that's like the hand of God, the hand of Christ, or just friendship. Looks like a massive tree used to be here as well. This is so wild. Well, it's good to get out and stretch the legs. I've got a long drive ahead of me heading back to Chicago, but I had no idea this existed, and I actually did a lot of the traffic. Back when I was working with the DOT, I did a lot of traffic studies along these gravel roads here in the countryside, and I had no idea this cemetery even existed. I don't remember it. Look at that, Jacob F. Long, born in 1824, age 16 years old, he died. Wow, that's crazy, a young guy. Doesn't say, or I can't make out what else it says there. Boy, and these trees are absolutely beautiful too. I think some of these might actually be oak trees. Incredible. Well, somebody definitely takes care of this, which is a good thing. I like to see these old cemeteries being kept up. There are people that lived in this region, died in this region. Check out this tree here. This is like the perfect Halloween tree. Straight out of a Tim Burton movie. Wow, look at the tombstone on that too. That's really strange. It's blocky. That's probably not the original tombstone, I'm guessing. Pretty wild. Look at this tree. All right, well, that's enough. I gotta keep going, hit the road. I'm just trying to imagine what it would be like if a massive thunderstorm came. This old cemetery on top of this hillside, country roads everywhere, not a human being in sight. Could you imagine a lightning storm crashing around these graves? Gosh, it'd be a perfect horror movie setting. All right, onward. Time to go. I'll check my audio later. Maybe I caught the sound of something. A voice from the unknown, a voice from beyond. I'll check it. If I do hear something, you guys will be watching it already. All right, let's go.
Continue on Boston Road for 2 miles.
What was that? There's an old classic windmill. The American Prairie. And look, there's a dare with the smiley face water tower peeking through. Ah, Poncheros. I miss this place. So Poncheros is basically just like Chipotle with some minor details. I prefer Poncheros more than Chipotle myself, but I'm a little biased because I went to school at University of Iowa, and Iowa City, Iowa is where Poncheros was created. So I'm gonna dig in. I'm back in Iowa. I haven't had Poncheros in quite some time. It's been around for as long as I can remember, so I don't know if Poncheros is older than Chipotle or not. I have no idea what year Poncheros started or what year Chipotle did. I just know that there's been a Poncheros in downtown Iowa City for as long as I can remember. So who knows, but I love this place. So like I said, it's basically like Chipotle. You can see I got a big burrito, chicken, rice, beans, all kinds of toppings on this. It's awesome though. It's minor differences to Chipotle, but I like Poncheros better. I don't know what they do. They're freshly made tortillas. It's an Iowa staple. What can I say? I'm biased. I love it. They also have Coke products, if you're wondering. Mr. Pibb. You didn't think I'd have a road trip across the Midwest without stopping to get some Casey's pizza, did you? Best gas station pizza on earth. Of course I'd stop and get some Casey's. Anyway, I am almost to the Quad Cities. I've got the entire state of Illinois yet to drive, but it's dark out. It is 10 o'clock. I'm going to be up for a while, but there is nothing left for me to stop and see for today. So I think it's time for me to check out and time for me to get out of here, hit the road, get home, unpack, pass out. But thanks for watching, everyone. I've got plenty more videos to come. If you love roadside attractions, you love history, you love Americana, feel free to subscribe. Just getting started here, but this road trip has been a long one from Kearney, Nebraska to Chicago, and I still have a drive across Illinois to make. I'm going to eat this pizza, drink a little bit of Gatorade, and I've got a 5-hour energy drink if I need it. I don't think I do. I'm a bit of a night owl, so I should be fine. But anyway, thanks for watching, everyone. It's time for me to get out of here.